Good evening. This is HNN, the hollow remotely close to around the clock Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes news, reactions, reviews, theory crafting, and more source. I'm Sir Georges, your host, along with Celia.
I'm good. How are you?
I am good in Alabama now as I journey across
Ooh.
America. And then we have a special guest today, Brick Hard Meat. What's up, man?
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Because I'm not at home, I don't have it. Brick sent each of us this wonderful
Mhm.
uh, bottle holder with each of our names
I
on it.
have mine
Oh, show
look
it
at
right
for
that.
people
here.
watching. Yeah.
If you could see this, and the back has Brick's podcast on it, Galaxy of
Nice.
Heroes,
Yes. Yes. So go
And it's
check that
glitter.
out.
You can't tell.
and it's glitter. I opened it and I was like, "Oh, it's sparkly."
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys were both on our show, and that's one of our things we do is we make a specialized koozie for anybody who's on the show. So, and for anybody who's on Patreon, but I'm not plugging my Patreon.
Yeah.
This is your show.
Hey, no problem. Or if you have the link to your Discord
Yeah.
server, go ahead and throw that in the
Yeah.
comments.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll pull that up.
So,
Sweet.
our main
Yeah.
headline for today is that for the first time in 2020, we have received a road ahead.
Yeah.
It only took 7 months.
Okay, it took like 6 months and 75%, 5 months and 75, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah.
But
You get the idea.
But we finally have a road ahead. Right off the bat, my main dislike is that there aren't any pictures. So
I know.
it's hard for me to read.
Yeah, wall of text.
A wall of text, yeah. It's a very short wall
Give
of
me a
text.
picture
You
book.
could just scan it.
I love looking at pictures.
Where is CG Spaniard? Where is the art department,
Yes.
guys?
Yes. Yes.
Checking out some good work lately. I'm surprised.
That's true. That is true. Yes. I've been enjoying the
Oh
art.
man.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
last road ahead we got was from November of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mhm.
time, 7 months later, we now have a road ahead from CG Top Hat. He's one of the more knowledgeable, actually works on the game people. So I do like hearing from him when he shares. So to start, I'll go ahead and read a little bit and sharing details about the next feature coming to Holotables in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And the feature is Galactic Challenges. So this is a new game mode. This is not a redo of an old one. This is going to be an expansion, like probably its own little part in the game screen, own little cantina table to go to. Our main goal for this feature is to provide more activities for players each day. We hear players asking for more ways to use their growing roster of units and want more than just new events that you can master quickly or sim. Galactic Challenges are the first in a series of features, similar to how Grand Arena was the basis for Grand Arena Championships, that will work together to offer new ways to utilize your collection. Okay, just from that beginning, what are you guys feeling? What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking, give me some useful information. It sounds cool. I would like to see a picture.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to know more. Yeah, I need
Yeah.
to see
Like,
what kind of rewards we're talking about. What?
True.
yeah. Is this like a sandboxy type thing?
True. Yeah. So he's already said that
Mhm.
this is a new daily activity. I like that. You're not going to have to wait till the weekend for Territory War or
Mhm.
have an off week before being able to do Grand Arena. And then he said this is going to be the first in a series of features. So they're going to expand on this in the future. or something. Maybe turn it into a leaderboard, like who can complete the most or get the most feats or something.
Mm-hmm.
I am getting the vibe that it's going to be PvE, not PvP,
Yes.
which
Yes.
I love PvE, so that's fine by me.
Me too. I would rather compete with others and who can do the best at something the game gives me rather than compete with others of our squad versus their squad. I'm more of a PvE player overall anyways.
Brick, do you like PvE or PvP?
I like PvP. I've been really getting into Grand Arena lately.
Nice.
That's probably my favorite game mode, and I've actually just started streaming attacks on Twitch.
I've been seeing that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's been fun. I've been doing that. Actually, just did one with my co-host, so that was cool. But I mean, if there's good rewards for this for Galactic Challenges, and if that's going to make my PvP roster better, I'm all in. So
Yeah.
And I think PvP translates well to PvE. You know,
Yeah.
if you have a strong PvP roster or more Grand Arena centered, I mean, it's not like there's a whole lot of great PvP exclusive battles as well, or other game modes or raids. So
Yeah. Okay, let's keep reading. Because obviously the first question is, what are Galactic Challenges? What's this new game mode? Galactic Challenges are a new type of event that will feature interesting combat puzzles, which will change on a regular basis. These events will feature a rotation of different enemy factions, allowing you to test out different parts of your collection. What makes Galactic Challenges an interesting twist from other forms of combat is the introduction of randomly selected combat modifiers to constantly change up the puzzle. Modifiers can come in 3 different forms: environmental, enemy, and player. We want to keep these bonuses and matchups thematic, but use a variety of options to keep the challenges unique and interesting. For example, environmental modifiers come from the planet or location and apply to both the player and enemy. E.g., Hoth could have a modifier called Frostbite that makes all units more vulnerable. Enemy modifiers are tied to the enemy faction, so Imperial troopers could have a positive modifier called Imperial Assault that gives them offense up, but also a negative modifier called Pew Pew, which makes them hit less. Player modifiers can also be positive or negative and applied to the player's units. You like the way I say pew pew?
it was well voice acted.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just heard
That's
Star
my gun
Wars in the
noise.
background. Yeah.
Pew pew.
Player modifiers can also be positive or negative and applied to the player's units. The different environments, enemy factions, and combat modifiers, positive and negative, combine to create fresh and interesting challenges. Okay, how have your views of the new game mode changed from what we last read to what we have now read?
I guess not quite. I mean, it's interesting. It's intriguing. I hope it's not an RNG fest.
Oh yeah.
That's the one thing I'm hesitant about. But it seems interesting, kind of reminiscent of the territory wars where they used to have different effects, which were a lot of fun.
That's a good
It
point.
makes me wonder if that is a good correlation. Because they said that there'll be feats and that there's different modifiers and it's going to be a daily thing and this, that, and the other. It makes me wonder if the rewards are going to be tied in to what the feats are. So like if it was, I don't know, I'm thinking on my feet here, but if it was something to do with like ships, would you be earning, I don't want to will this into the galaxy, but would you be earning like blueprints towards a new ship and it would be a new way to unlock something? I hope that's not the case now that I've said that out loud.
I'd be okay with that. Instead of a galactic chase, do well for a week in the galactic challenge to get blueprints each day. I'd be okay with that. I am I am excited about the new game mode. We'll see how it
Mhm.
finally plays out.
When we
But
get some actual.
yeah. One issue I see potentially is that it's random for each player or random each time you do it.
Uh,
What I would hope they do so that it's
mhm,
better for content creators or people streaming, make it
mhm,
randomly generated
mhm,
for every like randomly generated for the day, but then the
mhm,
same for everybody that day. So nobody knows what it's going to be like tomorrow. So you have
mhm,
to prepare your entire roster for whatever the future might hold within the next
mhm.
day. But if you come up with a good strategy to beat it today, you can share it with a buddy and say, "Hey, I did this," and then that day they've got the rest of their 24 hours to work to beat it. Otherwise, everyone will just say it's an RNG fest. There
Yeah.
won't be a lot of discussion because it's like, well, you just got lucky because you got this combination.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough to say. There's not a whole lot, and I think they mentioned that it's still in the ideation, everybody's favorite word, stages. So don't know how exactly. It sounds like you can't unlock it until you do your daily quests, your daily
Yeah.
Yeah,
activities.
yeah.
So
Which is gonna be weird because then like for me, I've moved my squad payout, I moved it so that my arena's at 10 p.m. for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so my day resets at 4 in the morning. And like I'm a night owl, but I'm usually asleep by 1 or 2. So if that's the case, then I'm not going to be able to, I'm only going to get 3 or 4 hours of this event.
Because you won't do your two battles.
I won't do my 2 battles early.
I got you.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Mm-hmm.
It seems silly to try and lock it behind completing
It,
daily challenges.
I think, I mean, so they're going to have to they would have to do 2 things. One of 2 things. They would either need to remove squad and fleet arena attempts from daily challenges, or somehow make it that it unlocks when you complete all of them except for those 2 and like just leave those out of it. I can see it that they do neither. And
Mm-hmm.
if you want your full days worth, you burn those 2 battles early, and then you're gonna burn crystals in your climb later.
I don't think they'll make it do that because that'll instantly be what everybody's complaining about for months
Yeah.
until they change it.
Yeah.
Unless maybe they give us 2 extra squad attempts. Maybe we can have 7 instead of 5.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, Sarah.
I just know that for like my shard in particular, it's so active, and like I don't fall very far right now, thankfully, but
Mm-hmm.
um I'm not going to do my 2 battles early because I'm going to screw over the rest of my shard, and I try not to do that because I try not to be the person who is hitting people when
Right,
they're trying to climb, right? And there's no point in me climbing, 14 hours before my payout. That's stupid.
right, right.
So, and then you could, the other hand or the other end of the argument is you can go in and forfeit your battles, and it still counts towards your dailies, but then you're burning 2 battles.
Right. Anything that makes you have to do all the challenges before
Mm-hmm.
attempting the galactic challenges is not
Mm-hmm.
going to be not going to be a good solution. Now, what I did like that we just read was the 3 different forms of modifiers because I'm
Right.
thinking all 3 will be something each time you do it, not just one of the 3. And then,
Okay.
like, let's say they've only got 4 different environment buffs, 4 different enemy things, 4 different player ones. Well, because there's 3, it's multiplies it to where there's going to be a ton of. I can't do the quick math, but there'll be
Yeah, there's a
something.
lot of options.
Yeah, like over 100 different scenarios that you could come with just by having 12 different variables that they can
Mm-hmm.
swap out. So that would be fun to actually be something that they don't have to constantly code like a new territory battle, but we'll get a different battle each day.
That's a good idea. I do like the modifier part of it. I think it's going to be a nice twist.
Yes. And Brick,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Brick mentioned how the Territory Wars used to have, monthly buffs. That was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what anyone says about how it hurt the integrity of the battles. Like, we only lost because you guys had Jawas that went crazy.
Yeah.
It was fun. I'm glad
Absolutely.
if they bring that back in some way. Like, if this is going to be similar, like that Jawa thing. If that's how you can beat the day's challenge, the hardest attempt is by having Gear 11 or Gear 12 Jawas that can go ham, that'd be great.
Yeah, and it would reward the players that have the collectors more so. They don't really get a ton in this game other than saddled with a ton of insurmountable GP that makes their GAC matchups more difficult. So that would be cool. I think that would be a nice little tip of the hat, and that was what was fun about it. It's like, okay, who in the guild has, or before troopers were good, or clone troopers were good. We had a guy who had full, like, I think all Gear 12 clone troopers when they sucked, and we parked him in a front territory, and he couldn't get defeated. It was awesome.
Then he was the hero that weekend. He was the hero,
right? 364 days a week. Your roster sucks, but today, my man, this is what we need.
Yes. See, we need more moments like that. Originally, they promised with territory battles, we're going to reward you. It's going to use your entire roster. But then it just turned out to be platoons and donating or whatever it's called, where you put everybody towards the points. That wasn't actually using them. So if they make this like territorial buffs where you actually use them, that'd be great.
And then, like, with the territory battles too, you quickly figure out which squads you should be using where.
Yeah.
So then you're just, like, for me, I use the same squads every territory battle. So, Anyway, what's the next?
Yes. Do you want to read the next one, Sarah?
Sure.
The challenge.
The challenge.
Challenges.
Oh boy. Shocker. We're still working out some of the details. Like at what level galactic challenges unlock. But our intention is for galactic challenges to offer an appropriate challenge for you wherever you are in the game. There will be multiple tiers of increasing difficulty, and players can attempt them all to earn rewards, but we'll recommend a starting tier based on your collection. In addition to playing the base mission for the tier, each tier may feature feats. Feats will add an additional layer of complexity to the puzzle, so while you can bring your favorite squad into battle, feats will challenge you to complete the battle with additional conditions to earn more rewards. So what this tells me is they don't know if they don't know what level this is going to unlock at, it takes 6 months to get to level 85. So you don't need to be super end game to be at the max level.
Yeah.
So they either need to increase the level cap, which who knows, or just make it a level 85 increase. I don't see why. I mean, unless you make the tiers different level requirements. If you made tier 1 level, 35 or something, and then moved it up that way.
Yeah, that would work.
I don't know. They don't know either. So feats, I mean, that's just like pulling from Grand Arena.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. I think it could be good because I'm jumping ahead, but I'm sorry. It ties in perfectly. Like they talked about how this is a repeatable event. It's not going to be like once you use one team, you're done for attempts. And it does kind of seem like it may or may not be somewhat of a sandbox mode. Maybe. I mean, not quite. I think what a lot of people were envisioning, but I think the feats are fun. They could be fun. I don't like the feats in GAC a lot of times because it's like,
Yeah.
when am I gonna be able to use my Imperial Troopers when when I have
Yeah.
tough competition, like my Gear 8 Imperial Troopers, like
Yeah.
so.
That's true. I am wondering now that it's there, I would assume they would be different feats from Grand Arena. Like they wouldn't just make them the exact same.
Yes. I think they'll be different. I think they'll be unique. Some of them might be redos of old Grand Arena feats. Because, once they do them in Grand Arena, the feats are gone. Like, if you didn't get that portrait or you didn't get that title, you haven't had a chance since then. They might bring them up again now that there's a new place to put feats. But I think feats are part of what makes the leaderboard fun for Grand Arena and helps add a new layer to not just can you win, but can you win while using Lando Calrissian, Darth Vader on a team together.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Imperial Stormtrooper.
It's different.
Yeah. So I like that it has feats. I'm liking everything that I'm hearing so far. Okay, you want to read the next part, Brick?
Yeah, sure. The schedule for Galactic Challenges. You'll earn access to the Galactic Challenges by completing daily activities. Sorry, I jumped ahead a lot in this. I apologize.
No problem.
Once you've qualified to enter the event for the day, you'll be able to play any tier. And importantly, you'll be able to play as many times as you like for that day to attempt to complete as many tiers and feats as possible. Similar to Grand Arena Championships, we'll release Galactic Challenges in an exhibition season format. During this time, we'll try out different versions of the event and see which combinations work best, but we're currently envisioning event durations of 24 hours to 7 days with 7 tiers of difficulty and 3 feats per tier. That's all we have for today, but we look forward to sharing more details about Galactic Challenges in the future posts.
And road ahead.
Yes.
Okay, so actually now reading that does make it seem like you don't necessarily need to complete all of your daily activities. Just
right.
some.
Yes.
Which I hope is the case. I would hope that they leave Squad Arena out of it and Fleet Arena. Not that I really do anything in Fleet Arena.
Yeah. Or just complete like half of your daily activities. Spend some energy.
Yeah, the ones you can bang out in, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Of just
first time you log in. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Overall thoughts about Galactic Challenges.
Overall.
And initial reaction.
This last part with the schedule where you can play it as many times you want for the day. You can attempt to complete as many tiers and feats as possible. Each tier is going to have 3 different feats. So for those that want to, this will be a lot more activity to do each day. It won't just be doing the same thing you did yesterday. So I think this could make good on, the problem of all I do is sim everything each day. All I'm doing is farming character shards. And with territory battles, territory war, Grand Arena, you have to wait to do just this one attempt. And if you fail, if you blow it, it's over. You don't get that feat. You've lost it.
Yeah.
Especially with territory battle. That's where it hurts the most. Each month, you have to wait the entire month to fight that little rhinoceros, that Geonosian rhinoceros dude.
Yeah, I can't remember things to pick up from the grocery store. I don't think I'm gonna remember tactics I used a month ago for
exactly.
That's why you have to have someone make notes for you.
Well, I know. That's its own thing. Somebody will give me notes, and then in transit, I will get more notes. And then while I'm in the store, I might get some more notes, but that's neither here nor there. And I'll just say it, my memory sucks. So
So does mine.
Oh, this one you get attempts, not and it's not collect tickets for attempts like the Galactic Legends. So this one you could actually try, get one of the feats, and then need to go and ask around to find how to get the other feats done. This will encourage more community building, potentially.
Yeah. And it could encourage theorycraft too.
Yes.
Potentially, using these odd combos, trying to figure out different feats. It could give life to all kinds of theorycraft, which is what we don't really quite have at this point. You can kind of screw around in Squad Arena, but that's really not an accurate measure. Or you're playing, you're going against Galactic Legends if you're, high up there, and you really don't have a good testing ground,
And eventually, I would assume what's going to end up happening is the modifiers are going to be slightly varied, but overall similar for each galactic challenge. So eventually you're going to be able to theorycraft off of what the modifiers are and what works well with them or against them. Right?
Yeah.
So that would be cool.
And if they do it where it's not just one of either environmental enemy or player, but a combination, they can update it, refresh it every month or every couple months. Just add a new environmental, new enemy, and a new player for the month. And then just by that little bit, completely change the combinations that you can get to exponentially change the RNG of what you might encounter to make it more fun and unpredictable.
Yeah.
Would you guys give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
My initial reaction to this, I was very, very worried, and I initially gave it a thumbs down because when I first read it, it sounded very much like Blitz, and I was super paranoid this was going to be Blitz.
Marvel Strike Force.
Yeah, from Marvel Strike Force, which I hate Blitz and Marvel Strike Force. It's a big reason why I quit the game again for like the third time.
But you just keep going back.
I know, it's still installed on my phone.
It really quit.
Tempting you each day.
Yeah. But like having read it again, I don't think it is going to be that. I also am a little paranoid. Someone pointed out in our Discord server, and I can't remember who it was. I'm sorry. In our podcast one, that it could be like assault battles on steroids, which I also hope is not the case.
Right.
But I think this would be cool. My questions. I have questions. I want to know, like, are the rewards shared among the tiers? I mean, you can do them as many times as you want, but I would assume the rewards get better. And then this is like, if you can do it as many times as you want in a day, if you are like me, for instance, I'll use myself as an example. When I work for at least 6 hours of my day at work, I'm doing nothing. So I can be on my phone. And if you're like me and you figured out the strategy, you could just be banging out tier after tier after tier over and over and over again. Are you going to give me the same rewards every time?
So the impression...
Are you going to cap? Are you going to be like, okay, you can only get it 3 times today, but you can play it as much as you want?
The impression I get is that the rewards will be like assault battles, where you've got 7 tiers, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, mythic tier, hard tier 1, hard tier 2. When you first beat it, you get the rewards for that day. And that's all you're going to get. But with the new Galactic Challenges, there will also be feats for each one. So that's the reason why you would play it 3 times. Just to get the feats for that one tier.
Here is my other question / idea that just popped into my brain.
Okay.
Because it's going to be exhibition style, they could theoretically just reward you points for each time you complete it. And if you get the feat done, feats could be worth a certain amount of points, a completion's worth a certain amount of points. And if the challenge is lasting a day. When that day is done, however many points you get falls into a range, and that's your prize box. And then if it lasts 3 days, how many points you have at the end of the 3 days, that's your prize box.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I think I'd be okay with that.
Which would encourage you to keep playing
like
it.
Sixth grade level prize box.
Yeah. Yeah. It would encourage you to keep playing it because you want to get as many points as possible. But it also wouldn't break the balance of the game. Let's say if you have people like me who can be on the game literally all day long if they want to be, and people who play really quick at night and they bang out their 600 tickets and they get their battles in and they go to bed and whatever in their free time, right? So
yeah. I'm optimistic. I think I'd probably give it a thumbs up at this point, but it's not a very sexy answer, but I really need to know more. There's just we're still very much in the dark. I'm concerned off the top. I'm concerned that if the rewards aren't fantastic, that this is just going to become another assault battle. And quite frankly, they've got to find a way to save time in the game at the same point. Like they have to make, I think, the early assault battles simmable. If you've completed them, still make the challenge tiers. You have to play through them to get the rewards, but
the early ones.
Yeah, like why not just make those simmable? Stop torturing us. And then I don't know, maybe the hat raid and making that simmable. Something. There's got to be some. If this is going to be a big time investment, or the rewards have to be good. So that's a piece we don't know. We have no idea what the rewards are going to be like.
Yeah.
How in depth is it going to be to do this? I don't know. There's just a lot of questions still. It's tough to say. How about you, Sergi? What are you thinking?
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I think this is a good road ahead. Now, I think this should be not the first one for the year. And I think that with all the time that they've had, they should give us some pictures, something to show us that the last 7 months they've been working hard on this. And show us a picture of what the pew pew looks like, or what one of these environmental buffs looks like. Because the specific examples they gave show that they have some ironed out that are going to be the first ones we see. So just show us.
They could have done more, I think.
Yeah. My reaction, the event sounds cool. I'm pumped we're getting new content. My reaction to the road ahead is this is not a road ahead. This was a announcement. And I pulled it up. I know Brick pulled it up too. Sergi, I don't know if you pulled it up. I pulled up the last road ahead.
Yeah.
For comparison's sake.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe am I jumping ahead in the pod? I might be jumping ahead.
No, go ahead.
But the last road ahead we got was November 20th, 2019. So it was over 6 months ago, 7 months ago. And in that road ahead, which was posted by Top Hat, you got the announcement of new trilogy content coming. So they announced Sith Trooper and Hux would be coming, and basically hinted at, new trilogy content. They announced 4th anniversary of the game. They talked about the plans so far. So basically they went over Grand Arena Championships and how they're going to tackle that and yada, yada, yada. They announced the Journey Guide. They talked about the Hyperdrive bundle. And then they went into the future of the game and they actually had a proper road ahead. This road ahead was not that. This road ahead was a content update without being a content update.
Yes, that's true. It did not tell us what to expect in the next 3 or 4 months. It didn't mention any new characters.
Yeah, and I think that if your last road ahead hinted at 4th anniversary of the game, which is now past, talked about new trilogy content, which is now past, Journey Guide, which we've gotten and all enjoyed with, Hyperdrive Bundle, which we've all seen the ad in the bottom corner of our screen forever and ever and ever, and forget to join Territory War because of it. Because it doesn't go away unless you buy it. So I think that if you've had 7 months, there could be something else. At least, like, if this was all you were going to talk about, I think you were both absolutely right. We could have at least gotten pictures or something.
Yeah, and when you look at the road ahead before that one, it's from July 29th, 2019. It's CG Top Hat again. He introduced or at least the idea that they're doing a light side Geo TV. They hinted and, well, pretty much overtly talked about relic levels and, unlocking iconic power. So that's a pretty big road ahead as well. Doesn't necessarily touch on, like, I guess, the future of the game per se, but those are two pretty big bombshells for the game, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, then as we go into our That's No Moon, we're just gonna we're just talking about this and the effect this will have on the game. Then do you see from this road ahead, compared to the other road aheads that we've had, a map of where the game's going next, besides just this one new game mode?
Nope.
And not quite. No.
Hard no. I see the game going into this new game mode and probably more Galactic Legends down the road, and light side territory battle continuing to be light side territory battle. Because really they haven't given us anything to make any other assumptions. So
I don't think they've got anything thought out. Like, we're canceling the raid. We don't know how to do that.
This kind of felt like CG had a Zoom conference call and was like, guys, oh my gosh, we haven't put out the road ahead. We forgot to put out the road ahead. We need content. And somebody just came up with an idea. And they're like, okay, cool. And just wrote it up.
Yeah, I wonder, I mean, if you look at the literal road ahead, what the text was put out by Crumb, he also went on the Galactic War Report podcast. And I thought there was some pretty good stuff in there, shed some more light onto what they've been up to, opposed to what just was in the literal text for the road ahead.
Yes.
Like they mentioned, I thought, which was encouraging, because they've been talking about this for months and months and months, talking about updating the infrastructure of the game so that they can more quickly come out with content. And he talked about that fairly extensively. I don't know, extensively. He touched on it in the podcast.
They
but why wasn't that?
Yeah.
Why wasn't this in the road ahead?
That's a good point, because that's something that should be in the road ahead. In my opinion,
because this could literally, for the road ahead, like, hey guys, we're laying the groundwork to make more content more quickly. Like,
exactly.
So I wonder if that's just, a poorly thought out road ahead verbiage that they put out, or if maybe Crumb was speaking a little too, maybe more than, or maybe like that he had the leash, because that we've heard about that, the chain of command, going up to going up to EA, then going up to LucasArts. Like, you wonder if that had to play into it, but that I found that to be encouraging, though. I think that that's a good thing, especially if they're going to be coming out and cranking out more stuff. Maybe we laugh at this road ahead. Maybe we go, who cares? They came out with all these great characters and these great other alternative game modes that we've been begging for.
All right. That's a good point. I did forget that he said that. I knew he was on it, and then I kind of forgot what he talked about, but I remember now that he said that.
Well, now the road ahead from November of last year also mentioned how they are working on infrastructure to get content out quicker. And it still took them 7 months just get to where they're telling us this.
That's a good point.
Could be more lip service. That's One thing I have heard that even though this seemed to be, I think universally, I think I think most people in the community view this road ahead as, not a whole lot to it. At this point, nothing super concrete. But I have heard people say that with the release of like Jedi Knight Luke and the Vader touch up, that could have been in the road ahead per se, but I don't really know. I don't know if it doesn't, looking at the other road aheads, it doesn't seem like they were saying, oh yeah, this specific character is coming out as, as part of the road ahead. So I don't know.
Sure.
I don't think that criticism is totally, or I don't know. I guess that perspective is
You're
totally
right.
warranted.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good point.
Those are good things. Those are cool, but
Good point.
it's not the long-term direction of the game per se,
Okay. So, since they mentioned the main hook of this new mode being the way they affect gameplay with either an environmental buff or environmental hazards, enemy buffs, or player buffs, what is one theoretical environment hazard they could do? From each of you. We'll each give one. I'll start. I want to see a Mustafar level, and you gain a damage over time. Each character gains one each turn, so that over time the heat and the lava rising is getting to your characters.
Yeah.
That's great. And then your character will what? Just start attacking your own team?
Well, they'll lose their legs first.
Yeah.
I think the obvious one is like Hoth, there's some type of, your accuracy is decreased because you're in a snow flurry or something like that. That'd be cool. Trying to think a little off the beaten path, something.
I know. I'm trying to think of something. Literally the first thing that popped into my brain was Jakku.
Yeah, you could have some kind of a sandstorm like for Tatooine, like lowers your tenacity or something, or I don't know.
Everyone has tenacity.
Blinds you.
Yeah. Accuracy goes down. That would actually be if we're going back to the accuracy meta. I don't know. Did you guys have? I just heard the Gambit guys talking about that. The accuracy meta, the dodge meta.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Oh,
I wasn't playing then.
Yeah, I think I wasn't as serious then.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay.
I don't remember it being as bad as it's discussed.
Okay.
Or as people look back on it as. Because it was a little RNG, but it was nice to not always have your characters be hit by these giant damaging attacks.
Right.
Like if you've outplayed the enemy to where you've got 3 and they've got 1, odds are, even with the dodge rate, you're still gonna win.
Right.
It wasn't Darth Malik level of, well, he's impossible to kill and just keeps stealing your entire life force. It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Okay, what about an enemy buff? So they mentioned the offense up on imp troopers, but then they're have less accuracy from the pew pew. Pew pew.
Yeah, Rogue in chat said that Jawas wouldn't be affected by the sandstorm or Tuskens.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, now I gotta think I wonder. So I'm curious then if it would be based off of. I would assume it'd be based off factions, not each specific. You could do specific character ones.
Yeah, who knows?
Right.
Okay, I'll go off the specific one. I'll say, let's do Star Wars Rebels. And Thrawn as an enemy will counter every move you make. Or like when you attack him, he'll counter and do half the damage you did or something. just because he always knows your next move. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And a Dagobah would be cool. Like when Luke is, having visions and stuff of he meets Vader in the cave. Like if there was some type of confusion debuff on him, if you're on that planet. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah.
Something like that would be kind of cool, where like a character's having internal strife, where it only and or Ray, like it could hit Ray a bunch of different planets, especially in the last film.
I would like, because I know a lot of people wouldn't like this, I would like a Canto Bite one, and Rose and Finn get buffed and be
Yes.
They become the best players, best characters in the game.
Faye is gonna be so happy he quit. I'm trying to think of like what I also think it would be cool to have like the Death Star be an environment, and like to have ships be an environment.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool, right? Like capital ships, to have those be like oh my gosh, what's his face? What's Hux's ship? I don't have it. So
The Finalizer.
Finalizer. Like I think it would be cool to have that as your environment, and like if Hux is on it, he could gain, I don't know, some kind of advantage or something because it's his own ship.
Yeah.
But then also not a good place for him.
That's a good point, because an environment doesn't necessarily have to be just a planet and the weather patterns of it or something. It could be a specific place, a specific ship, like you said. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
It could be underwater for a level or something, where Mon Calamarians get a great buff. Akbar is, isn't Plo is he an aquatic species as well? I can't remember. I don't know. This is some real Star Wars nerd stuff.
You're getting real deep.
He doesn't seem aquatic to me. He doesn't seem aquatic.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different species, because I just watched a Clone Wars cartoon episode in season 4, and there was this big fight underwater with Mon Calamarians, and I can't remember what other species was swimming around unencumbered.
Yes.
I thought it was Plo Koon, but maybe not.
I don't think it was Plo Koon.
Okay.
He's more buggish. He's got those gnat
breathing
eyes,
apparatus,
fly eyes. Yeah.
He's messed up. I don't know what's going on. He's got the goggles. He's got like a mask, like for a Jedi Master, man. He's working through some. It's pretty cool. He's an awesome, super powerful dude.
He knows how to paint his ship very well.
I don't know. I feel like the environmental buffs might be the coolest.
Yeah.
Depending on how they do all the other ones. Yeah.
Oh, Kit Fisto in chat, they're saying, Kit Fisto is swimming around like no problem, shirtless with a lightsaber, just wrecking people. Yeah.
Yeah, the chat, somebody suggested Mandalore battles as well. So I will say it'd be cool if they had a player buff. People have wanted a Mandalorian tag for a long time. Well, they can have a feat or some kind of player buff where a full squad of Mandalorians will, they can all attack at the same time, or maybe have synchronized speed meter where they just do a fury of attacks.
Yeah.
But everybody gets a jetpack. There are no Mandalorians without jetpack for this level.
It would be. That would be a cool way to bring those like little things into the game without actually having to create content and release it. Cut corners.
Yeah. Okay. The Bantha in the room.
Yeah.
Have we already discussed negatives to the new Galactic Challenges? Is there anything else that you see CG doing to muck it all up?
I'm really curious about the rewards. I could see the rewards really being lackluster. And they're just like, hey, you guys wanted more content, here's 25 stun cuffs, I mean, I would take that, to be honest.
I was gonna say, I need stun cuffs right now.
Bad example.
I want stun guns.
Yeah, stun guns. Give me stun guns for a reward. Hey, those are
stingy.
a pain.
They're stingy with this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the stun guns, the rewards could be problematic. I think they're gonna have to figure out, and maybe they have already figured it out, they're just not sharing it, but I doubt that. They're gonna have to figure out how this is gonna work in terms of access, how long it's gonna be. Do you get rewards right away? Do you have to wait to get, there's all of these factors that, do you have to I know you can play it unlimited, but is there theoretically a cost to playing it unlimited, other than your time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is the first 3 attempts free, and then the 4th attempt is, I don't know, 5 sim tickets?
Right.
Give me something to do with my sim tickets.
I can't. Right. Exactly. We have a few extra laying around. But I really do wonder, I can't imagine they would screw it up, the rewards. I mean, if they're handing out 2 Omegas or something for this new game mode that's fairly time consuming, I'm good on that. I probably won't play it, but I can't imagine, what do you, I guess we're in the Bantha section, so we're not talking about positive stuff.
Right.
But what do you guys think rewards would be appropriate? Or what would you hope for, I guess?
Kairos.
Yeah. Kairos.
Stun guns.
The last...
Okay, you need...
The 2 tiers they added to assault battles had great rewards, in my opinion.
Put that in there.
Yeah, they're like a must. You have to do them, I feel like, if you can,
Yeah.
Like today, I had to do Secrets and Shadows.
Right.
I had to.
Now, if it takes 30 minutes...
I can't beat those 2, so...
Oh.
The one where you have to use the droids, that one takes 30 minutes for me to get my B1 through that final tier. So I skip that one most of the time now. Just because 30 minutes, then you get to the 4th wave, you mistime it with Tebow, and he kills one of your people, and then it's all over. I'm not doing that 30 minutes again.
The cost to benefit ratio get out of whack at that point.
Yeah. But I don't want them to create a new currency, but help us out with, maybe they can add Grand Arena currency to it.
Oh yeah, there's some really good. That currency gets spent in 24 hours every time I get it.
Yeah.
There's not enough
It's
of
gone.
an income for it.
No, that would be a great idea.
And then
it
it
just
works
taunts
with the
me. I'm
feats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. It taunts me all the time because I'll be looking for gear. It'll tell me what stores it's available in, and I'm like, oh great, I have 70 Grand Arena tokens. Perfect.
Yeah.
I can get absolutely nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I
go
was
ahead.
just gonna say, I think, speaking selfishly, because I'm a lower profile than you guys. I'm at almost 3.8 million GP. I think a really cool thing that would be useful for players that are newer or in sort of the mid game would be some way to get either Hermit Yoda shards or Wampa shards, because get one is incredibly difficult. Especially if you're not saving it like I wasn't. I actually made a calculator just to figure out, what my monthly income for get one is, because I mean, to get either one of those characters for Jedi Knight Luke, it literally will take me 6 months.
Oh my God.
So, and I have I think maybe 15 Wampa shards, 15 out of 100. So 6-star, and then, but I don't even have Hermit Yoda unlocked. So yeah, 6 months. So that would be nice if they could figure out a way to maybe give you, I mean, it doesn't make sense to have get one currency. It's literally called get, or guild event tokens, and this is a solo event. So that would be nice, figuring out a way, or maybe if it's similar to the way that what is it, contraband cargo, where you, depending on which tier you select, you can get, or the galactic galactic bounties, you can pick which shard you're rewarded with. That would be cool. But that's selfish, and I don't know if they would do that. They probably want the whales to enjoy their night loop as long as possible, but
no, I think that's a good idea. I think it didn't affect me because I was past that part, like you said. But when they switched it, when they came out with the new territory battles, and then said you have to spend at a premium to get Rebel Officer Leia Organa, is it get 1 or get 2 that you now have to spend to get them?
At a premium?
Like more expensive than just a generic character. Yes.
Hang on, I'll double.
Okay,
so
yeah, get 2.
It's get 2. Yeah, you have to spend. That's brutal.
Yeah.
See, now I would never want to have to spend my precious get 2 instead of getting Malevolence or Negotiator.
Right.
You want me to get Imperial Probe Droid? That has no use in the game anywhere.
Or Kairos. I don't know. I'll be honest. I dropped some get 2 on Kairos today just so I could gear 13 Padme.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I was not for Padme, but like the same thing. I was buying Kairos like crazy.
Now, guys, I got to buy these IPD shards.
You should at least, like, my point of view. I realize they don't care about my point of view, but my point of view, Imperial Probe Droid and Rolo are rewards from Hoth territory battles, and that currency is get 1. So if you're going to buy them and you've made them available in store, it should be get 1.
Yeah.
I feel like IPD should be cheaper too.
For sure.
Because
Rolo should be cheaper. Frig.
Yeah. Because it breaks down to Hermit, Yoda, and Wampa cost 270 get 1 per shard. And it doesn't matter if you buy in bulk or anything like that. It's all the same exchange rate. Whereas Malik and, I mean, they're not really relevant at this point, but Malik and Gas are significantly higher. I want to say it's in the 300s. But I think they need to kind of tweak it a little bit, I think, to make those types of characters a little easier to get.
Yeah,
sure.
So
no pun intended.
10 Imperial Drobe shards right now are in my store, and it's 1,800 get 2 for 10. So it's 180 a shard. 180 get 2 a shard.
So you get a little discount.
And then 10 Malik shards are 3,800 get 1, so 380.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's still.
But get 2 is harder to come by than get 1.
Yeah, and even then, like Wampa, 10 shards of him is 2,700. Yeah. And Wampa and Probe Droid are technically on the same, whatchamacallit, battlefield.
Okay, any last comments before we move to the I Love You, I Know?
No.
I think we talked through it pretty well. So now it brings us to our I Love You, Jaded by This Game, like Faye did, and he quit. But there has to be a reason why the rest of us are still playing this game after 4 years. So each show we talk about the things that we enjoyed over the past week or two of Galaxy of Heroes. Let's start with me, guys. I got
Okay.
I got Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker.
Nice.
Yeah.
With
Congrats,
5
dude.
minutes left or something. The event.
It was crazy close.
Super close.
That's awesome.
Like I think I was awake 2 hours before it ended and finish it because I needed that next day's refresh of the shops to get the final gear I needed to get Rolo and Captain Han up to where they needed to be. So I was doing the event.
That's awesome.
And it was kicking my butt I forget which parts of it I was losing at, but it was either, I think it was the third to last and then the very last one. And I didn't want to have to change mods, but then with only 30 minutes left, I was like, okay, I gotta quickly just strip whatever I have on all my arena characters and just try and get it going. And that did it well enough where I think within 5 tries, I got the tier that I was struggling on. And then the last tier, I don't remember how many exactly, but I got it with like 5 minutes left. It was so
Oh my God.
close.
Wow, dude.
Oh my God. I'd be having heart palpitations like with that much. Like it would just give me anxiety. Hearing about it gives me anxiety.
Yes.
Like I can't.
It was rough.
Can you imagine how sad you would be if you didn't get it? Oh
I
my
know.
gosh. You just have all of these like max character or relic characters just sit on the shelf for 3 or 4 months or whatever.
I know.
Oof.
That's
That's awesome though.
Yeah, that's
How
good.
was the event? Did you enjoy it? I mean, do we want to talk about it or do you want to talk?
You guys share what you liked. I'm gonna go back through my photos, recordings, and see if I can find it because I've forgotten all about it now.
Okay, sweet.
So I can't
Brick,
comment at all.
what did you like?
You know what? Hold on,
What
real
was-
quick. Let me drink my special drink here.
Yeah, Brick, what are you drinking?
This is just water with some frozen blueberries in it.
Oh.
Some prominent Galaxy of Heroes streamer content creator suggested this as a beverage.
That's right.
But it was strawberries, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, strawberries.
Did you mix them?
But strawberries is the best flavor. Blueberries have such a shell that traps all the flavor in. But
yeah, this just tastes like water. But
yes, strawberries are the best option. But I love that you are experimenting with fruity drinks.
I'm an OG fan, man. I've been listening to you guys for a long time, man. I love your guys' show. I was sad to hear Faye go. Definitely miss him, but hopefully he's doing well. And you can always reinstall the game, Faye. You don't have to. Nobody would be mad at you or anything, or think you're a coward or something. Or we would be thrilled. And you know what's funny? He was speaking on the show about, maybe I'll come back when Jedi Knight Luke gets released. Remember when he said that?
Yeah.
And then it gets released right after he quits.
Right after.
Oh, what are the odds? They're not good.
Oh man.
But yeah, so things have been good. I've just really been having a lot of fun with GAC. I've been on a tear lately. I'm in position to make Kyber for the 5th time in a row, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, it's been fun.
Awesome.
I'm in Division 3, so it's not, I don't think, that impressive of a feat because
I think it's more impressive when you're
in Division 3 don't have like awful ships. And I just have, I have a malevolence and I can just I don't know, overpower them pretty easily. But so yeah, just having fun with that. I've been doing streams lately, which has been fun. I'm dipping my toe into that realm. But that's been pretty fun. I think we're going to keep doing some streams here and there. But I've really enjoyed that. And then today I just put relics on just relic 1 on Padme, which is my arena team, which has been huge. A huge difference. I haven't lost today in arena. Not that I'm not even like in top 100, but that's been nice. I've been able to reliably beat Darth Revans and really been enjoying playing that character. Yeah, that's my only Darth Revan counter at this point. Kind of. I can bite at his ankles with other squads, but Padme's my answer. So I was relieved to relic her and be able to take him out pretty reliably.
See, you're killing Darth Revan with your Padme, and I just go after Night Sisters with mine. So like I won't touch Darth Revan with my Padme. I'm like, nope.
No. Okay.
No. I'm like,
yeah.
So
how about you, Sarah?
I finally, literally like 20 minutes before we hopped on here, finished farming tickets for Ray. So I am done. She's got her ultimate. Never have to do this again. I'm probably skipping Kylo because I hated the whole process.
Yeah.
I will say I was mad. It was really sad today when I was doing my my last 2 attempts to get her ultimates because I messed up 3 times. So I could have been done 3 tries ago.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was really frustrating because I had watched a couple of videos, a couple of people sent me videos, and I did the first attempt, and I was like, sweet, I beat it. And then I did exactly the same thing, and it obviously was just good RNG the first time, and I got wrecked the next 2 times.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Yeah, so then I had to change my strat, and I had to just bite the bullet and swap mods. Because Sergi, don't kill me. I wasn't swapping mods. But then I misclicked on one of my attempts. I like misclicked my opening move with Ray, and I was like, oh well, there we go. It's done. Game over. Like, then I lost that attempt, so I lost the 3rd time. But it's done. It's great.
Way to go.
Nice.
I park her up top in Grand Arena in front of ships, and I just leave it for the week.
Nice.
So if you're playing me this week, you know what's happening.
Have you noticed a big difference in your squad arena? Like, are you climbing easier?
It's way so I could beat Kylo's before. I would just have to be really, really careful about what I did, and now it's way easier for me to beat Kylo's. I don't have the best mods on my team because I'm kind of refusing to pull from my Darth Revan squad. I don't want to pull from them. I don't want to pull from gas. So I've just kind of thrown whatever mods onto Ray and whatever mods onto who else is on my squad? Watt. And Watt is still gear 11 for me. So it's pretty good that he's still gear 11 and I can get into the top.
Yeah.
So
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
yeah, I'm just pumped that that's done. And Grand Arena's fun because I like winning. I'm a very sore loser. This is something I have realized in the last 6 months.
You want to? So my Grand Arena this season, I might have been because of the hyperdrive bundle blocking it or something. I don't know, but I missed the sign-ups for the first week.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So the entire week wasn't able to do it, which means I had no hope of getting Kyber or anything.
Oh,
and
man.
so then I decided, okay, I'm going to try and get whatever the Carbonite title is.
Oh, Trapped in Carbonite?
Yeah. So since then, I joined the next 2. I set a single team and did not attack at all. I did once to complete a feat, but now I'm trying to get Carbonite. I was on track until last week. Somebody else must also be trying to get Carbonite. So somebody else only set their ship team. So both of us got all the points by default, the max amount of points for the teams the other didn't set. So now I need to not have that happen again, 1. But 2, I have to not win any battles and just set my one team for 90 points the rest of this week. And then I will be 40 points below reaching the next level, the next tier after Carbonite. So now I'm in a dilemma. Do I want to get the Carbonite thing, or do I want that portrait of Cloud City up in the clouds? Because if I do that one battle, that'll put me over.
Like if you win one battle, it'll put you over?
Yes.
So what if you just like don't attack?
If I don't attack, then I won't go over. But if I don't attack, I won't get that Cloud City portrait for winning a battle with Vader, Lando, and somebody else. I think I'm going to keep going with Carbonite.
Okay.
Because I'm never going to do this again. Hopefully.
What happens if you just throw in on airplane mode like a bunch of like Jawas and just burn up, and like on a team that you could beat it with your Vader and land like whatever the Cloud City feat is.
Good point.
And then
decrease the amount of points
so that
I
you
can
get
for
fewer.
winning.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Great, Sarah. Yes.
Yeah.
I will try
Math.
Yeah.
that. Good idea.
Celiac Sarah with the math.
The math.
Great idea.
Don't ask me how many numbers.
Mathematician Sarah. You got to change your name now.
Yeah.
You know.
You got to send me a
we
new
made a koozie for you. Come on.
That's hilarious. Oh, and I had 2 minutes left.
But that's
whenever I beat the Jedi Luke event.
2 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, 2 minutes.
That's crazy, dude.
Oh my god. No.
But, yeah.
Mm-mm.
It was stressful.
No.
Early morning stress.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Did you like it though? Did you go back and look at your pictures?
I did.
Okay.
Let's spend more time talking about it next time or something. Because I enjoyed the event.
Okay, deal.
Because the final level was very thematic, fighting Vader.
Mm-hmm.
They did well not only with the gameplay, because there's a couple differences, things you had to do, play it differently. But then, so the last 2 tiers, first one you play as Luke fighting Vader. Then the next one you play as Vader fighting Luke. And that final tier is the scene where Vader tells Luke that he's his father. And they do it in game with the characters.
Whoa, spoilers, man.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I watched good old Maurice play through it on old Operation Metaverse on their stream. It looked like such a fun event. Super cool.
I feel like it's kind of sad. I mean, I'm pumped that the event was good because I'm excited to play it whenever I start gearing them. But I feel like it's kind of sad when you have a Legendary Heroes Journey event that has more like storytelling in it and like more of a journey of an event than a galactic legend that you just do the same battle over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And then they did this really cool thing with Chewbacca and where they took your characters and just gave them different skins. So Rolo became Cloud City version instead of the Hoth version. And then Chewbacca is going around with a torn up C-3PO on his back and gets new abilities and stuff. It was cool.
Super cool.
It was cool. Okay, let's look at some Discord questions.
Yeah.
So first we got Ski Trooper.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. I think we can get through. I think we should spend 10 minutes getting through these. And wherever we end, we end.
All right. I think we can get through most of them.
First one is from Ski Trooper. My newly Relic 7 Vader can counter galactic legends, but it's far from a sure thing. What are some other teams he can counter in Grand Arena, and who does he need to bring with him to do so? Brick, you're up.
Ironically, I was reading a comment in the YouTube and I wasn't listening. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Ski Trooper.
That's okay.
I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to do 2 things at once. I'm sorry.
I read people to sleep all the time.
No.
Okay.
No. You needed to have more pew-pews in there. I'm like, yes. Need a flashy thing in there. Sorry.
It's okay. My newly Relic 7 Vader, pew-pew, can counter galactic legends, but is far from a sure thing. Pew-pew, duck, duck. What are some other teams he can counter in Grand Arena, and who does he need to bring with him to do so? Pew-pew.
Oof. I just put the Zeta on him, and mine's only gear 12. So I haven't really found a place for him, honestly. So I'm not the authority. He just seems to be doing what he did before better, and I haven't quite figured out exactly how to fit him in yet. So sorry.
I also have not experimented enough and haven't looked at the videos of other great theory crafters with PvP and how to use him. But I think that the new Vader, his leadership is good as well as under Palpatine, like he always has been. He's going to be good. I can't help.
I have been putting him under Palpatine. I almost always go for Rebels or Jedi whenever I see them with him. So I usually go. You guys can laugh at me. I usually go Palpatine, Vader, Tarkin, Royal Guard, and Wampa. I know I'm really weird. I use my Royal Guard. I like the stun on basic. So I've just been going after like surefire, like Rogue One teams, that kind of thing. I have not tried him yet against the Bastilla-led team, a Bastilla-led Jedi team. I think that could be interesting. I don't know with her tenacity yet. But anyway, all that being said, I know that in our guild, Voxen King has been using him in dark side territory battles.
Yeah.
And he's been using him, and I know this because every night before the platoons come out, he says, Sarah, can you please platoon your Darth Vader so I can use mine? So he's been using Vader with Traya and like the Traya trio. And he's been having a lot of good luck with it. And I'm pretty sure he's doing Vader lead. I'm pretty sure. I want to say Vader lead, Palpatine, and Traya, Scion, Nihilus is what he's been doing. And he's been having a lot of good luck with it in territory battles, at least, if that is helpful.
yeah. People in chat seem to be saying he can solo in 3-man geos, and then someone else said that they could even solo geos. But
that makes sense.
Yeah, if he's super fast with really high offense, and you want potency as well, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I need to remod mine still.
I don't have those mods laying around, so it's just
he gets his damage over times twice as fast now, at least, and then he can ability block people with his basic.
Yeah, as long as you cycle through different tunes.
I will say, when I was using him in Grand Arena, I really liked that when I used his Merciless ability, and then I would attacking for all those extra bonus turns, because yay. I liked that another opponent that had that little Merciless blue icon thing above them. Because I was getting like paranoid that I was going to hit the same person and lose the like train.
Right.
But
it won't let you.
Yeah, I like that it doesn't let you do it. You just keep going. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
My Vader's also only gear 12, so if that is any. And I mean, he was gear 10 right before his rework, so if that gives you any indication where my loyalties lie.
Cotman3 asked, is it a missed opportunity by CG to not tie in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes with other Star Wars properties by giving us tunes like V Moradi from At Galaxy's Edge, Cal Kestis, Fallen Order, and Iden Verso from Battlefront? Or are there some sort of intellectual property rights at play here that we don't know about? Heck, throw in the entire Resistance TV show. I think it is a missed opportunity because they have not released many characters in the last year. Probably 2 years now at all. And they don't need to do giant 3-month, 4-month themed stuff. You know, just drop like they did with Mandalorian. That was perfect. They just dropped 3 characters. They're their own little thing. They fit into what we currently have with their faction of bounty hunters, but improves it. They could have easily done that with Iden Versio. Would have loved to have her in, or any of these. And then it keeps the game relevant as well in the conversation.
I'm wondering if there is some kind of agreement among the EA studios where they can't pull from each other's content for X amount of time, for instance. And I could see that being a case because I know, like, in the TV industry, you can't, like, for instance, at my old job, I could not apply to be on Amazing Race because we aired it. So it was a conflict of interest, right? So I'm curious if that would be the case where it's a similar idea and they don't want you pulling from other, so that they can still get their revenue from all these different areas. I can see it being a missed opportunity though, because people who are buying Fallen Order or Battlefront or whichever are going to want to play that game and want to play Galaxy of Heroes most likely, especially if they like the character. Yeah, so I think it's a combination. I think it's a bit of them trying to maybe follow what the player base is telling them and whether or not they're doing their own thing as well and whatever ideas they've got for content, and then a little bit of some kind of agreement among the studios.
Yeah. I mean, the entire game is based on preying on our love for the characters from the movies. So they should cross-pollinate, and if they put the Battlefront character into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and I liked her as an Empire character, then I'd want to go and play Battlefront storyline just to play with her and see what she was all about before she got put into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah, it was the same thing when the Old Republic characters got introduced. I know a lot of people started downloading the Old Republic games because they were curious. They hadn't played them before. The exact same idea.
Corbs asked, I'm always struggling with Padme teams in Territory War Grand Arena. My Darth Revan and Malak are Relic 3 and 4, but other Sith Empire are Gear 12 and often fail against full Relic 4 through 7 teams. What's your go-to counters? Does C-3PO change your counter?
I go Padme on Padme. It's some princess on princess crime. That's my only answer at this point for her.
Sergi, I feel like this one might fall on you. I go after Padme with Darth Revan. And if my Darth Revan can't do it, then it's got to be Gas, because I can't. My Padme is not good.
Yeah. Padme on Padme
a strong team
is solid. That's what I like to do a lot. But if I don't need to use my Jedi Knight Revan elsewhere, I love using Jedi Knight Revan versus Padme. Because you...
Really?
Yes. You start with the mark on Padme so that you can attack her and she gets her cooldowns increased. Then every assist move put on to General Kenobi, but everything that's not an assist, like the specials from Grandmaster Yoda and his basic, just target the marked Padme, and once you get her out, then you can do all your assist without having to worry about the protection up. And it's a cakewalk from there.
Yeah, Padme on Padme I like. I feel like you can outsmart the CPU because they seem to just attack random characters on your squad. So if you have the stacks of courage going, if you basically every chance you get, don't attack GK, take out Anakin first, and it shouldn't be difficult once you have those stacks of courage going. Once he's done, then take out Padme, and the rest should be a cakewalk at that point.
Yeah, the big thing is getting Anakin out first.
Yeah, he's the damage dealer. He's crazy.
I find it worse. I don't know about you guys. I find it worse when GK's there, when Kenobi's there, because versus C-3PO, because getting around him is pain. Honestly, when Kenobi's there, I have to take Kenobi out first because it's just annoying.
Yeah.
I think C-3PO was good to stop Vader teams from defeating them. But I don't know that it's necessary anymore, and I don't know that it's a very reliable counter, especially if your Padme is fast, or if you've got any fast character that can just mess up the. That can put, because you got Jedi Knight Anakin, Padme, and Ahsoka, or Grandmaster Yoda if people throw him in there. If any of them get to take a turn and put protection up on everybody, it stops all the debuffs from a Vader counter. So that can go south really quickly. So I don't think C-3PO is necessary.
Yeah, I've seen that Traya and Thrawn quite a bit.
Oh yeah, Traya Thrawn works too. Your Thrawn needs to be fast. Yeah, your Thrawn needs to be fastest, or faster than them, I should say.
Yeah, Dom Bombadil. That's a fun name. Mention that in chat. Is that a Lord of the Rings reference? I think.
Is it?
Tom Bombadil. His character didn't make the movies. Anyway. It's in the books. I don't know if you guys have.
I'm
books.
Still on page 11.
I like books.
Oh man.
Hey, have you guys seen Eurovision?
I'm just gonna leave.
Have you guys seen Eurovision on Netflix? The
No.
Song of Fire.
Oh, I've seen ads like
Fire
crazy.
Saga.
It's good.
Not to plug it. It's in no way affiliated with us, but I loved that movie. I thought it was hilarious, and I cried at the end.
Which movie?
Oh.
It's called Eurovision.
Eurovision.
The story of the Fire Saga or something.
Oh.
It's Will Ferrell, Rachel McAdams.
Oh, I've seen the. It's really hard for me to watch a Will Ferrell movie.
Applying for Eurovision.
I know.
And they are hilarious. I love them.
Okay,
I will check it out.
Check it out. Tell me if I have terrible taste or not. I was highly impressed.
Will do.
I like Will Ferrell movies in general, but they're not the best.
Oh, okay.
This one was a big step up from the average Will Ferrell movie.
I like to watch Elf.
Yes.
Oh,
and
classic.
Yeah, that's it. I only like just watched Blades of Glory last month for the first time.
Meh.
I encourage you guys to watch this one because I think it's a step above any other movie he's had. It was awesome.
All right.
Okay.
I'll put it on my list.
Besides that sidetrack, Darth JJ asked, with regard to light side territory battle, do you think there might be any thoughts correcting the difficulty? Or can we expect future characters to be forthcoming to help complete it? If that is the case, should we expect some light side characters, maybe Jedi, or a Mace rework?
It is working as intended.
Yeah, I don't anticipate any change in difficulty.
No.
Eventually, they'll just release a character that can steamroll it, and that'll be the legendary that you need to get.
Because and that's the thing is platoons are fixed now, so the characters that come out after the fact are not going to be in platoons, so you're going to be able to use them. So if they do release a character that can steamroll it, we're all in luck because every single person in your guild that has that character will be able to use it. But yeah, I honestly don't even think they're going to do a Mace Windu rework.
Yeah. Not for a long time.
I think they should. Yeah, I think they should, but I don't think they will.
Jedi Knight Luke's making a pretty good impression in
yeah, I've heard that.
In Lightside TV, right?
Well, that's
Lightside Geo.
I haven't had a chance to use mine in it, but that is what I was gonna say. With Jedi Knight Luke, I think there is definitely potential to get 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4 for that second that you have to do. You know, people are okay using their Jedi Knight Revan for 1, but the other one's impossible. I think Jedi Knight Luke's what we have been waiting for, and that then there won't be this void of an entire mission that you just get 0 out of 0 for. So Jedi Knight Luke will elevate everybody to get another couple stars at least.
And Cam, you would think once he's maxed, would do something. I don't know. we don't know yet.
I think Cam will work great with Jedi Knight Luke. Although, I was trying to theory craft them together. Something in his kit, everybody has to be Galactic Republic Jedi.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they didn't even make them
So
work
yeah, that
together.
would they. Right.
No, they don't work together.
So Cam, Ki-Adi-Mundi, is literally going to have nowhere that he's useful. Even as that second Jedi mission.
Yeah.
Where is your guild with Cam? Like, how many stars or what's the highest one you guys have yet?
I think it's pretty bad.
Yeah, we haven't. We're also not really we don't really go after like this. We more so, especially when we're looking at people who, whenever we need a recruit, we're like, oh, how are their
Yeah, that's valid.
Okay, last question for this podcast.
Oh, real quick, can I just say Darth JJ on the show?
Yeah, he did.
I thought he.
Yeah, great. Yes, I like Darth JJ. The last question from Corbs again. Having had time to digest the rather short road ahead, what's your view of the new game mode and game moving forward now? I think we've already discussed. He was more positive after hearing the comments from Crumb on that other podcast. It isn't as good as this one.
They're good.
The comments Crumb made on, and what is the other podcast?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He mainly talked about the infrastructure.
Yeah, that was the big emphasis.
Yeah, that was like the big thing was that they were going to be moving to different. I don't know, different. It's above my pay grade. He gave more information on the road ahead, and it sounded more positive. At least listening to it, that was the vibe that I got. I also can be incredibly naive, so.
Yeah, it's hard to I don't know. There's a certain amount of, he has to be somewhat political, when he's on there, like about, can't say too much. But at the same time, like Sir G said, the infrastructure thing, they've been talking about that since November.
Yeah.
But I hope it seemed to be genuine. I'm hoping that they are able to roll this out. And there's some type of new, I don't know the term. There's some computer term for it.
Yeah, it sounded like they were switching like the back end. I don't know if it's servers or like the software they used to build the game on or something. Like they were switching to something. And I remember in one of my Discord servers, they were all talking about how they were like, it's taking so long for this game to get onto whatever it is they're moving to, because all these other games that people play are already on it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think somebody said Marvel's already on it or something. I can't remember which game is, but it seems to be a pretty common thing. So they were pretty shocked. Was my take.
I kind of wish they would have asked. I do wonder, and Darth JJ brought it up last show you guys had. Like, I do wonder how much Corona affected, if it did at all, CG. Like, not that they can blame since November all of the the lack of releases after the Galactic Legends, but I do wonder. I wish they would have asked that on the podcast. I thought that would have been a good question. Like, full disclosure, like how has this pandemic affected your ability to create content or thrown off your expectations of when you can release things? Like, I think people would like to hear that. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah. Good point.
That's a good point.
Okay, that's it for our Discord questions. Let's do a rank and file. And because I want to see what's up with Vader and Jedi Knight Luke, since they're releasing updates.
Yeah, good point.
So Darth Vader has 2%, is leader for 2% of the rank 1 squads.
Ooh.
Really?
Yep.
It's creeping in there.
And then Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker is leader for 1% of the rank 1 squads. And then the top teams using either of them We've got a Rey with Jedi Knight Luke, and that is 2% of the top squads. And then we've got a variation of that with another 1%. And the Vader lead, or any team with Vader, is not on the chart.
All right.
But
There's
people
so
are-
many variations of the Ray team. It's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Okay.
But thank you, Brick, for coming on the show. It was a pleasure.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely, man. That was my pleasure. Honestly, I appreciate you guys having me on. Getting to talk to all the Holotable heroes.
I feel like I feel like we'll have to get Darth Darkett next. It's only fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good
He'd be
idea.
down. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good idea. Let's do it.
Serge, you
Yeah.
can't disagree with me now.
You gotta go and do it on air.
I heard you.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I gotta be a nice guy on screen.
Yeah.
JK. Well,
Ah.
that was great. Thank you guys. Thanks everyone for joining us this week. That ought to do it. And until next time, Chewie, we're home.